Yes, on my computer, not on the cloud, because I never have enough space on the cloud. I don't know why, because it's so fluffy, nice. Anyways, hi everyone, it's me. I'm just going to talk about the YoungStar program and get it all straight. I'm finally figured out, I think, for the 100th time, how to do the Zoom streaming on Facebook. So I need to click down, not that you need to know that, and it automatically sets to your own page, but you can click down to get to other pages and your business. So there you go. I did it finally. All right. So hopefully there you go. I am seeing if anyone's on Facebook here since I didn't do anything. It's kind of early. I don't know who does the early morning things. I'm not usually early morning thing and I can't find it on here, but there's a little bit of a delay. So that might be why. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I thought it'd be kind of nice to see it and see if there's anyone posting or not. So, hey, it's me. Just thought I say hey again. Anyways, and I'm gonna start sharing about my YoungStar program because I love the documents. It keeps me, oh, no, I don't want to create that. Go away. It's saying to create something on there. Okay. Hi, it's me, still me. So it's all about me and Mary, the program, my knowledge, which is 25 years of experience of family and, well, a little bit of family and lots of group. And then my also knowledge is, guess what? A bachelor's degree in regular and special needs. So I have knowledge about the assessments and all that kind of stuff. I know that some people are very interested in that and wanted some help with that already. Then your mindset to help you with that and your motivation to keep you going and keep you on track. And I should put on there accountability, which I did. Yay. I missed it or I said it. I'm not sure. And then your dedication, because I can't do this all. You need the dedication, your mindset, motivation, and your goals to know where you keep going. And then, of course, the YoungStar program, which is all about getting you to the next star level of 3. So that's where we're at with the YoungStar program. And the YoungStar is a wonderful childcare system to help improve childcare for all, which in turn helps our children, our families, and neighborhood, community, city, state, and ongoing. The ripple effect of helping children. My reason for helping childcare directors and owners is the ripple effect. Then I can be saying I'm helping the families, the neighborhood, the community, and the children. I love it. So there you go. And you are doing the same with yours. So we're all helping to get our neighborhoods and our families and our communities all going well. So we have a great community for all of us, loving and sharing and caring. So what points do you have? We start with the YoungStar program, then your education for you and your staff. Then it's all about determination, mindset, and motivation. Those are the 5 key things, 5 key things about the program. And not always education, obviously. So that changes with what section of the YoungStar program we're in. But we start with education and where your points are at. So at each section, I have what star level minimum points that they need, 0 to 10 for 2. That's the basics, as hopefully you know. If not, you do now that the YoungStar program is up to 10 points. It's a basic licensing regulations that you need to follow. Star level 3 is moving you up that track a little bit with some curriculum, observations, PowerPoints, observations, curriculum, WEMLs based, all those different things, some business professionalism. Star level 4 moves you up even more, and star level 5 is the top of the game. And hopefully you can get there. So first off, we talk about the teacher qualifications. You need different 0 to 9 points or 0 to 6, depending. Then learning environments and curriculum is 0 to 13. And business and professional is 0 to 7. And then health and wellness is 0 to 5. So up to 40 points for the whole program. Because it seems like, like with the observations and the portfolios, it's only 1 point, but it's just so much work. But it kind of builds on itself with assessment and the child outcomes. So it kind of all goes together and kind of plays in each other, even though it kind of seems hard at first. It really isn't. It's just getting there. That first step, getting to star 3, is kind of the hardest. And then working your way up to the other ones isn't as hard anymore. And you kind of get used to that kind of dynamics and working with it and goal setting, those kind of things. And we talk about that goal setting in our program, which long-term and then short-term and then daily tasks. So we can talk about that a little bit. And then your registry level for your education, level 10, 12, or 13 as you move up. That's one of those things you can just constantly be doing depending where you are at now. If you're in the basics, you can start working on those credentials for a family or administrative credential, depending on which you are, would be the top 2 to start with. And then moving on to the preschool or infant or even leadership. There's a lot of different choices. It depends on where you want to go. If you want to do more advocacy, kind of just concentrate on your childcare right now and making sure that it's strong and you're getting the curriculum going and your staff going, and that's important. And that could be your starting point, and that's okay. Everyone's at a different level and stage of their career and life and childcare center, right? So we got to work with it. Even if you're all at star level 2, everyone has a different perspective and perception of how they want to do it. So, and the YoungStar sections are the education qualifications, which we'll start with. This is the short one, the first month. And then the learning environments and curriculum, that's 3 months long. And we have a break in there too. So, and that's, of course, your portfolios and curriculum. And then assessment along with the child outcomes are all based on that. And we talk about that. And I got some great trainings on observation that we can do if people need help with that. So we can work that into the program as well. And business and professional practices and health and wellness. And then all those extra points. So depending where you're at with some points, once you figure out where you're at, and sometimes you might say, oh, wow, I didn't realize I have this point, or I have these many points. But that's not so hard. As I think, and most people seem to think, the learning environment and curriculum is the hardest, along with some of the business professional practices, trying to get healthcare and things like that, which is expensive more than anything that way. But you can work with other centers and different things, and we can kind of talk about that. And your business plan and budget and all those kind of things, working towards making sure you have a training budget, things like that. And you have a YoungStar to help and the Teach program to help with that. So we talk about some different resources, and hopefully most of you know all about those different things. And then the main thing for you is your determination. One of the main things is your determination. Do you have the determination? And that's autonomy, self-regulation, empowerment, and self-realization. And I think the hardest one is the self-realization is really hard, that you realize that you have limits. It's like me with the Facebook Live. I figured it all out in my new business and all those things. And some of it's easy, like the expenses and things, but then it's not, because keeping up with it all is like, oh, mind-boggling sometimes. It's like a childcare center. You know, we talk about that scheduling and those goals, because you need those down to daily tasks. And I know with the daily tasks, oh my goodness, you get just like me. I mean, I don't get to everything. And sometimes you won't be able to get everything because you have the staffing issues. So you might have to sub in the classroom. You might have some parent complaints you got to call back on, things like that. You have all different things going on. Maybe something happened with transportation. So that is difficult and can be hard. But guess what? You have another day. And you can start again, start over. And that's what the end is. I have some questions for the longer training. You can do August 4th or 5th and go into more detail if you're very interested. But start over, start afraid, start again, start late. Just start. That's important. And start over. And over. Just keep starting over. If you didn't get to those tasks, look at what you did do that day, because you did deal with parent complaints. You did deal with staffing. You did deal with the transportation. You dealt with all those things. And then you can look at your thing too. What are you being distracted with? Are you doing too much on Facebook and posting on that? Are you doing too much with phone calls? What are you doing? What's distracting you? So you can kind of work on that too. And then that way you can kind of get back into those daily tasks as well. And that can help. So that's kind of what we talk about there a little bit. Oops, stop sharing. I got to stop sharing. That's what I'm going to do. Stop sharing that one. And I'm going to move to the next one. And start over, start again. Oh, mindset. There we go. And I'm going to share that one. And next, we're going to talk about your mindset. That's important. And I'm going to help with that too. We're going to have some mindset activities. And we're going to talk about your determination and attitude along with it. So you have the right disposition, a positive mood and attitude. That's so important, because if you look at things negatively, guess what? All you're going to see is that negative. All you're going to see is the bad. So let's think of those things as challenges, just like I am with a Facebook Live. I'm thinking of it as a challenge to get better at it and to better at it, and things like that. And even learning more, like with the Facebook Live going from Zoom. It's exciting and new and frustrating. And I'm working it out and I'm doing better. Not great, but I'm getting better and better and better at it. And you can too. And take it as a challenge, not as something negative, but as a challenge, and that this will make you grow and you make you a better person, make your staff better, make your center better for those children and families. So it's all kind of like always a ripple effect, that kind of thing. So you got to get your mindset right. And that's so important. And I have some more questions and answers that I go over in more detail in that August 4th and 5th. And you can get 2 hours of training, hour and a half with me, and then a half an hour of homework to get all that done. And then next is motivation. So there you go. We have the motivation. And what's your motivation? Is it money? Yes, to get more money from your clients, definitely. And getting more in, because the higher level as you are, they research you on the Wisconsin licensing website, right? And see how many stars you're at. That's part of it, along with social media and all that kind of thing too. But that's all part of it. So you can get more money from the government as well as getting more clients as you get better stars as well, right? Along with posting and social media, which, oh my goodness, social media is driving me nuts, but it's kind of interesting, fun, and I'm seeing and learning and all that and meeting new people. So it's very exciting and too. So I'm looking at the positive as well. So those kind of things. So also your motivation can be your family and friends and your neighborhood, your community, your status. You got this far, right? You're a director. You were for a teacher at one point. Now you're a director or an owner. Things like that. And for the childcare families, for being part of the whole of the community, as I talk about, and just to improve personally. So you need to get your motivation. And just like I said with the daily schedule, with your long-term goals, your short-term, and your daily tasks, every night now I learned from doing this with a new program I did. I do a lot of different challenges on Facebook, and it's kind of cool. Some I drop out of and some are really cool, but one is about doing these daily tasks and reflecting every night. It's at 5-10 minutes, and just get used to it. And maybe you'll skip a day, but guess what? Start over, start again, just start. and keep trying to do it. And you just reflect on your day. And one great thing is it's a great motivator, because guess what? You see what you all did that day. And then you can look back. If you didn't do that great, why didn't you do that great that day? What was distracting you? And it talks about your distractions. And then you can kind of focus on that and realize the next day when you're having that distraction to, okay, pull back and move forward and get those other tasks done. So we talk about things like that too. So it's not just YoungStar. Yes, we want to get to those YoungStar goals, and we'll work with those goals, but how to get there, get your mindset, your motivation, your determination, all those different things, your goals, your daily tasks, get that all going for you. Definitely. So that's what it's all about, really, is putting that all together, because we don't want to be in a rut, right? You want to start climbing your way out. And this is one program that will help you to get there and get your motivation and mindset into happiness, yay, and feeling proud of yourself. And you should be proud of yourself every day, working it out, right? Just doing it. And all those tasks you do, helping the families on a day-to-day basis, and maybe getting the staff up so that they can help and they can do it with you, and getting them together with it, because we talk about the staffing, right? And getting that teamwork going and getting them involved in helping with the YoungStar program and helping you so you can get to all the different things that you need to do as a director and owner of your child care center. And then I'm going to share one more thing. I'm going to share, if I can find it. Oh, don't tell me it's hiding underneath there again. Let's see if that one's it. Oh, yep, yay, I found it. This is where I messed up last time. Putting it all together in the YoungStar program. It's a support, knowledge, experience, and accountability, and your determination, and mindset and motivation. So you can get out. It's a 1-year program, and we'll have a private Facebook page, YoungStar training, which will be 2 hours once a month, be an hour and a half training no, it's going to be like 3 hours, 3 hours. 2 hours is for the preview one. So 3 hours, so it's an hour and a half of training, and then of me, and then an hour and a half for your homework, which will include, if you want to and can come, is a Q&A session, which will be once a month as well. That will be just answering all those questions. I'll have a post on the group for you that you can ask all your questions for that month and after that training. So after you have the training, you'll have 2 weeks, and then you have the Q&A. So hopefully that time you'll have figured out some questions you may need help with, different things like that. And then I'll do a Q&A and answer those questions. And you can participate, so you can have some one-on-one dialogue with me, and we can work it out, hopefully, in helping you to get to that next point, those next point levels that you need. So that'll be once a month as well. That will not have any registry hours with it. It'll be kind of like your additional homework, and both will be recorded. So if for some reason you can't make the training, you'll have it recorded. Along the Q&A, you'll have that recorded as well. So you can watch it whenever you want, zoom through different things that you don't like, different things like that, whatever. That won't be kind of part of your homework, but it's not mandatory kind of thing. But the YoungStar training program will be. So if you want the 2 hours or the 3 hours, of training, then you need to come to it. You can't just hand in the homework. So that way, just so you know, that's a big distinction between the two. And then additional bonuses throughout the program. I'm going to hopefully have some different people come in, some guest speakers, some, as I talked about, some different trainings additional that you may need to help you move on and get, your observations going, assessment going, different things like that. I'll always have some of that in my monthly training. But if you need additional help, some of you, then we can make it into another full training in addition. So we'll work that all out together. So can you do this? Yes, you can do this. And if you have accountability and power, now well, and your power of determination, right? And accountability and knowledge and support, then guess what? You can do this. So maybe this is just what you need to get you going. So you have someone, getting at you and making you accountable to get it done, to work on it on a regular basis. And the program itself is going through all this again. The first session will be just on the education qualifications that you and your staff, kind of very basic. We're going to talk about goals, things like that, goal writing. So that's going to talk a little bit starting out already with the goal writing. So first one is going to be a little bit of education qualifications. That's fairly simple and straightforward. Then giving you some resources on that. Then we're going to talk about the program, the scheduling for you, the scheduling, which means the long-term goals, getting those down. So we're going to talk about writing the goals, so long-term, short-term, and daily tasks. So we're going to talk about your scheduling along with your goals, so that we can get it down to daily tasks for you and help you with that in the first one, along with a program improvement plan. So we're going to start all that, kind of get that going and set for you so you can kind of ease into it. And then the next 3 months, actually technically 4, because we have a break in there, we're talking about the environment and curriculum, which is the hardest part, the curriculum and assessment and observations, and portfolios, and then the altogether for the childcare outcomes and putting that all together. And then we have the one is business and professional practices, which is helping with the staffing and your business plan and those kind of things. And that's where the healthcare on that comes into, to give benefits for your staff, to help them, to keep them to stay longer and things like that. Longevity is really good in staff and in general. That way you don't have to start looking for new staff all the time. That can be a headache and take away from your goals as getting into and through YoungStar, your daily tasks, because we have more work to do, finding new staff and then training them. And then health and wellness. And then the last but not least, we're going to do extra points. So, and then each time we're going to be going and looking back at where you're at with the other sections. So we're not going to just forget about curriculum or just forget about this. We're going to go back to it and say, where are you at with this? What are you doing? What kind of questions? So you can always go back to it, so we can make sure that you're moving forward with all of them together. So I hope that helps you to understand the program, and I hope you'll want to join and get into a better childcare star level and that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that if you have any questions, please post, emoji, like, message me. We can do a one-on-one real quick and see if this is really what you can go and do and want to do and need to do. I think if you're a 2-star, need to be a 3-star. If that's where you want and that's your goal, then this is for you. I think it will help a lot because it'll give you accountability. Number one, that's important. Getting you to writing those goals and long-term and short-term and those tasks, getting to those daily tasks is so important. And then also the knowledge and information about assessment and curriculum and all that to make it sure we're based on the WEMLs. That's what it has to all be based on. So those kind of things. So if you have any other questions, please post below. Let me know. Until next time, I hope I didn't do too much hand things, but I like to do this hand things. So have a good one. You take care. And I'll see you next time on Live.